What it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you for the one time on this Monday. As this seemingly off season is going by fairly quickly. We know that the Dallas Cowboys have started their off season earlier than a lot of other teams because they have a Hall of Fame game this year, so they're going to start training camp earlier, things of that nature. Other teams are still in their mini camps right now. The Dallas Cowboys are done with their mini camp, but this week um, Mike McCarthy said that he wanted to have the rookies and stuff in to have meetings with them. Basically, so the rookies can ask questions that they were probably afraid to ask around the veterans and things of that nature. So it's going to be one-on-one time with the rookies. Now, I'm loving this off season because as things are opening up, because of COVID dissipating and with people getting their vaccines and stuff like that, things are seemingly coming back to normal. They're going to have fans in the stands this year, so it's a lot of exciting things coming up to be excited about. So, with that being said, having an OTA, having an off season, just being able just to do different things like that now, it's good for this team because you look at the rookies last year, which are now in their second year. Uh, they didn't get this last year, so it's almost like they're starting over again in their rookie season. So I don't know if he has second year players out there too, which I think he should because again, those guys didn't get this one-on-one time in the off season because everything was virtual last year, which really was a disadvantage to teams that had new coaching staffs like the Dallas Cowboys. Now, there's a lot of different factors why the Cowboys fell flat on their face on defense last year. We're not really too concerned with the offense. We know what they're going to do. Dak Prescott's back. The only thing that we worry about is how they're going to go about things with Dak. Um, how comfortable Dak's going to be thrown in the pocket, and will Dak run the ball more as he normally did before, or will he scale back because of that gruesome injury that he had before? But time will tell. Dak's a tough guy. He'll make it through. I got a lot of faith in my quarterback. But as far as this defense goes, this is what we're dealing with. Questions are: is this defense going to be better? Questions are: what does Dan Quinn bring to the table? Will he be able to get this defense back on course where they were before? Now, we already know the issues that we had with Mike Nolan last year and the players not wanting to play for him because they thought that what he was asking them was absolutely asinine. So because of that situation, these players want to play for Dan Quinn. They trust Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn is a hands-on guy. Mike Nolan was not. Um, I love the approach that Dan Quinn is bringing to these guys. Again, you heard Terrell Basham say himself, I came here because of Dan Quinn. I came here because I know that we can win. Because they wasn't winning too much with the Jets. And Terrell Basham in his career has not won many games because he was with the Jets. So coming to the Dallas Cowboys, granted we haven't won a Super Bowl in a long time. We're still a better team with the Jets were, even though the Jets did beat us that one year. That was ironic. Now, was that last season, or was that the year before? I don't know. These years go by so fast, but it's just crazy. It was when Sam Darnold had mono. Was that last year? I don't know. I'll be honest with you because these seasons go by so fast. I'm gonna be old next time I do a video. But anyway, I really think this defense is going to be much better than it was last year because one, for a common sense reason, they can't do nothing but get better from this point because of the simple fact that they were damn near dead last in run defense and things of that nature, and just letting teams slice through them like a slice of pie. Um, I could just go back and think of so many times where this team just fell flat on their face on defense. Now, um, yes, this offense will give you 40 burgers, but you can't hide a defense but so much. They have to put up their weight at some point. You look at the defense, they get about what, 55, 60, maybe 70 snaps a game, depending on how good they are, or how they're getting off the field, depending on how predicated it is towards the offense. But you still want your defense to fit the bill. At least be middle of the road defense to be able to stop the run. Now, I like the addition of Brett Urban. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, he won't make a difference, this and that." I look at Dan Quinn and how smart he is as a coach. As a defensive coordinator, I really think that he's going to utilize Brett Urban similar to what the Bears did, because the Bears got pretty good production out of him. Now, we know about Brett Urban. He got originally was drafted, I think, 134th by the Ravens. He played 4 years for the Ravens. Then he played, I think, not even a year with the Titans. I think he played like a month with the Titans. And then he ended up going to the Bears. Played really good with the Bears, and even Bears fans liked him to the point that they were sad that they didn't re-sign him last year and that the Cowboys ended up getting him. Now, I think that he's probably going to end up being, I don't know why I say this, but I feel like he's going to be one of the most underrated signings that we got in free agency this year, because of the simple fact that what he does, right? Not always the flashy job. He does a dirty job. So, it doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. But it's cool, because if he could play on that inside with Osa Odigizua and Quentin Bahana, and he can stop that run, that's all you need to do. And Pro Football Focus, even though I don't really listen to Pro Football Focus too much, you look at the dynamic of what Pro Football Focus is saying about him, that he's one of the leading run defenders in the league. So that means a lot, considering that if your job is just to take on blocks and allow your ends to eat, it helps Randy Gregory. It helps D-Law. Speaking of Randy Gregory, we talked about his career. This is the first year in his career, outside of his rookie year, that he is able to be in a full offseason program, actually even going to training camp, because remember, he was either suspended or he wasn't in the league at all other years. So to say that in his fifth year or something like that in the league, and only going to his second training camp, that is crazy. And Randy Gregory wants to put all that negativity in the past, and I feel him on that, and I really like him as a player. He's a smart guy. It is what it is. The NFL just didn't like the fact that he smoked weed. Now, do I agree with that? I mean, I'm not a weed smoker. I don't smoke at all. Maybe a cigar here and there, but I don't smoke any substances. So at the same time, if that's what you do, that's what you do. I don't hate you for it, because a lot of people smoke weed, but I particularly don't. But I just felt like him being suspended just for that is kind of just. It wasn't like he was a bad person. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't cause no problems. He didn't hit nobody. He didn't cause any type of domestic violence or do anything crazy like that. I just feel like that the NFL just was cracking too hard for things that they probably should have been a little more lax on, especially the NFL. You look at the NFL, the NBA, them guys do whatever the hell they want in the NBA. So that's just how I feel about that. But nonetheless, I really truly believe this defense is going to be much better this year. I think we may actually drop down maybe to 20th or 19, maybe 18 best defense in the league. It's possible, because again, the biggest thing that we could not do was stop the run. If you stop that run and you apply more pressure on the quarterback, I think this team is going to be much better with the addition of Micah Parsons. You got Jalen and Leighton, and I know that a lot of you guys don't give a damn about Jalen and Leighton, but I'm going to tell you right now, even though those guys have an injury history and they didn't play well in the last couple of years, I'm going to chalk that up to the game, as that it was Mike Nolan. I think that with Dan Quinn, this whole damn defense is going to be so much better. Look at how locked in these guys are. Listen to what they're saying in their press conferences with the media personnel. They're telling you how much they're focused, how much they're in. We don't have Don Terry Poe. We don't have Everson Griffin. Now, granted, I was always a fan of Everson Griffin. I think Everson Griffin just didn't want to be here because he thought Mike Nolan was some shit, and I agree. Don Terry Poe, he's done. He's probably not going to play in the league ever again. But with that being said, I just feel like they are going to do something this year. They're going to make some noise on defense. You're going to see young guys step up. Um, you look at Trayvon Diggs being able to have an off season, even though he didn't have an off season and he made mistakes his rookie year, which you're going to do, but he actually didn't have a bad rookie season. Yeah, he got burned a couple times, but who don't their rookie year? So I mean, it is what it is. It's a transition to the NFL. For some of these guys that had even played even halfway decent last year, I gotta commend them because they still went out there and they did what they needed to do and work hard. But some other guys just weren't having it. So it was attitudes and stuff like that. So um, that coaching staff last year definitely had their favorites. They didn't give Randy Gregory enough game time. They didn't give Aldon Smith enough game time, even though Aldon Smith is now not on the team anymore. And also Bradley Anae. I didn't realize Bradley Anae played so less last season. Did you know that Bradley Anae only played like 22 something snaps in the whole season? 22 snaps? There's players that do that in a game. The fact that he only played 22 snaps in the whole damn season lets you know what some of the coaches thought about him. So my whole thing is this. You got a whole new regime in here, but a lot of these guys don't have their people pulling for them because they're not on the staff anymore. So people like Bradley Nye and Neville Gallimore and Dorrance Armstrong and Tristan Hill, those guys specifically, they're going to have to step it up to the level of because you can't let these rookies outbeat you, because if a rookie outbeats you, then you might be on the bubble and you might be on the chopping block. So to avoid that chopping block, they need to literally go out there and ball their asses off. I like what I see with Neville Gallimore. I actually liked what I seen with Tristan Hill before he got his ACL injury last season. So I just look at it like it's a good thing that we're I guess overstaffed in certain positions, because you can't never have enough good linebackers. You can't never have enough elite defensive linemen. But I think that what we have right now will fit the bill. These guys want to play together. They're hungry. They've been at practice, So I mean, it's just a different dynamic. This team knows they were 6-10 last year. They know they got their manhood taken from them last year. They don't want to see that no more. Especially the guys that were injured that couldn't be out there last year. These guys are coming back with a vengeance and doing what they need to do to come and try to play and win. Because that's what it's all about. It's the name of the game. I have no doubt that Dak Prescott's gonna do his thing, because I know he is. My focus is more on the defense. I just want to see what they can do. I truly believe that they're going to be better just off of the strength that you don't have Mike Nolan no more. You got Dan Quinn. You got Dan Quinn coming in there doing his thing for this team. And these guys want to play for him. And when players want to play for you, they're going to give you your all and they're going to play better. A lot of you guys talk a lot of crap about Anthony Brown, but these young guys look up to him. And I think Anthony Brown, if he's healthy, I think he's going to play well. I think Trayvon Diggs is going to play really well. I think that Donovan Wilson, once they figure out what's going on with his injury, I think all of these guys that we were trying to get off the team last year, I think they're going to come and play with Jordan Lewis. All these guys, they're going to come in, they're going to work their asses off, and they're going to play. Period. So let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Those of you that are subscribed, again, because YouTube keeps changing things, make sure when you tap that notification bell that you set the notifications to all, so you're not missing any of the content, because I notice my numbers are really garbage right now. So I don't know if it's just some of you guys not getting the notifications, but again, if you're already subscribed, go check your bell and make sure it's set to all so you can get all my notifications. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and don't be afraid. Go ahead and subscribe. It's your boy E2 Blue. Like, share, comment. It's your boy E2 Blue. Have a good Monday and the rest of your week, but you'll hear from me before then. One last thing. I'm just excited for football to be back. That's all I can say. That's it. But with that being said, y'all, it's your boy E2 Blue. Peace out.